I would like to talk about an interesting topic. In the corporate world, there are some really good acronyms on describing how the words works around us. And I think in film industry, we were kind of ahead of that, like already operating in the new terms. But anyway, let's dive into the details. I think now that the rest of the world started working in a really unpredictable way as well, not just us filmmakers, I think there will be a lot of we will be able to learn much more from other industries and like even like corporate world. I know it's traditionally more like military operations are so much closer to filmmaking. So it's good to learn lessons from there. Actually, there are really good modern lessons in military operations. There are some books on modern leadership and leadership skills and on teamwork. And I think we could really use that in film industry. Anyway, let's go back to these words, these VUCA and BANI. It's basically VUCA and BANI. VUCA stands for the acronym for volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. And that was a term used from, I think, from the 80s, or I don't know. It was created in the 80s, but I think corporate world started using it a bit later. To describe how the world works and to help them react accordingly. Now, after COVID and 2020 and all the crazy shit going on in the world, a new acronym was born. It stands of BAN and I, standing for brittle, anxious, nonlinear, and incomprehensible. And I think that pretty much describes filmmaking or film industry, right? Or, I don't know. What's your opinion on that? But I find it pretty accurate. I mean, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous are also true, but anxious, unlinear, and frequently incomprehensible. And like, we really, it's really hard to foresee anything. Like, I don't know, an actor gets sick, and what do? A whole bunch of things change, and everything is changing ongoingly. And you shoot a scene, and you realize now you have to shoot the next scene in a different way because this turned out differently than you were expecting, and all sorts of that, and financial stuff, and equipment stuff, and teamwork stuff, and I think it's really close to that. I might be wrong. I mean, I'm not an expert on this. I'm studying these, but. So here's an interesting thing. So first of all, I think it might be good and important because if other industries start using this model because they are living now in a world that works this way, they will develop a lot of tools that are really translatable to film industry. Which is cool for us because we don't really have the time and money and organizations to do that for us. I mean, it's a freelancing industry. We don't have companies and organizations to do that for us. I myself, as a content creator, I try to be like a bridge for the gap, but I'm not enough alone. I'm really not. Please join in this endeavor. So what it says to how to deal with these BANI. The researchers say for the brittle part of it, to develop resilience, implement a collaboration culture, and increase communication and transparency. Okay, we are really good on resiliency in filmmaking. Oh, hell yeah, that's our super tool. On collaboration culture, way below the ground level. Sorry, I find this really true. Sorry, that's the case. Deal with it. We have to work on it. I mean, it's not a given thing. we need information for that. We need a lot of things. It's partially our problem, but not like it's not an inborn fault that we cannot fix or make better. I hate the word fix. So, and increased communication, transparency. Yeah, I will leave it hanging in the air. We can talk about it later. For the anxious part of it, mindfulness and empathy. Train employees in soft skills. It's not happening in film industry. Again, I've tried to be the bridging the gap. I try to bridge the gap for that. But I'm just one creator. We need more. So yeah, we have to work on that. We need resources. I'm trying to create resources, but now, as I mentioned, if the rest of the world start to work like that with this mindset, they will create good resources that will be applicable for us as well. But it will take some time. Okay, for the non-linearity, find context and adapt, get rid of rigid plans and encourage innovation. We are quite good at that in film industry. We tend to discourage innovation, though, a lot on film sets, like on real time. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. It's just something that I would say we should be aware of. Incomprehensible. So the solution for the incomprehensible factor in it. Rely on intuition through the use of technologies like AI, data science, and big data. I'm not really sure what to say on this part. Rely on intuition. I think we do that a lot in film industry. We're quite we use new technologies. I'm really curious how AI will be used. It probably will be used in creative fields as well, but in the tech side of it, and maybe the management part of it, we'll see. All right, so if you just Google VUCA versus BANI on the internet, you will find a lot of articles about it. It basically comes from a researcher team, I think. I'm horrible with facts. So sorry, that's just me. So I think if the rest of the world is changing to operate in a similarly sort of chaotic, really fast changing and unpredictable way of life and living and doing work and doing business, I think we will benefit from it. I think there will be a lot of common topics that we can discuss, a lot of common skills that we can learn from each other. So yeah, I think this is a it's funny to say this is a good thing, but there will be some useful aspects to it. All right. Thank you so much for watching and your time. I hope this was useful. I was Peter, and in this project of mine, I tried to bring soft skills like leadership and communication, stuff like that, closer to film industry, because we have a freelancing work culture. In other industries, there are like large organizations. They have budgets, time, and a lot of things to deal with these kind of stuff, but we don't. And it's a problem. And it's making us, it's creating a lot of frustration, losing time and money as well, a lot of anger and discomfort and toxic work environments. And it's bad. It's bad for the whole industry. It's bad for creativity. It's bad for even the financial part of it. So here I am trying to do that. As I said in this video a lot of times, I'm not enough alone. I'm just one creator. I have experience in film industry, in A-list film industry as well. And so like blockbusters, not huge experience, but I've been there. and also in like freelancing and doing small jobs and building my own business. And I have some coaching and soft skills background as well. So I'm trying to combine all of those. All right. I hope this was useful. Hope to see you again. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you found this useful. And hope to actually start discussions with you about this. So feel free to reach out as well. All right. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.